AITA, for disobeying my sergeant after following his order once got my best friend killed. I have been in the Army for 7 years. Before anyone says it, yes, I know military life runs on orders. You follow them even when they feel wrong, because hesitation gets people killed. That belief was drilled into me from day one, and for years I lived by it without question, until one order cost my best friend his life. His name was Ryan. We joined the Army the same year, same intake, same miserable training camp, where we both nearly passed out during a winter march and laughed about it later while eating terrible cafeteria food. Ryan had this stupid habit of joking when everyone else was exhausted. He could make an entire room laugh, even when morale was dead. He was the kind of person who remembered birthdays, carried extra batteries because someone always forgot theirs, and wrote letters for one of the older guys in our unit because he struggled putting feelings into words for his daughter. He also trusted me more than anyone else. We were deployed together overseas 2 years ago. Same squad, same patrols, same bunker shifts. By then, we moved almost automatically around each other. I knew his breathing when he slept, the way he tapped his helmet when nervous, how he always checked everyone else's gear before his own. A month before everything happened, he showed me a picture of the ring he planned to give his girlfriend when he got home. He kept it hidden inside a sock in his pack because he didn't trust lockers. He told me,
"If I die, you better not let my brother sell this thing."
I told him to shut up because neither of us was dying. I still hear that conversation almost every night. The mission that changed everything started before sunrise. We were sent to secure a damaged road outside a village after reports of enemy movement nearby. Intelligence said it would be light resistance, mostly abandoned structures, possible hidden explosives. That turned out to be completely wrong. The first shot came from the second floor of a half-collapsed building, then another. Within seconds, the entire road erupted. We took cover behind a concrete barrier while bullets tore through the dust around us. Our sergeant, Miller, was in command. Strict, experienced, respected. One of those men who never sounded uncertain, even when everything was falling apart. Ryan was pinned behind an overturned vehicle 10 meters ahead of me. Another soldier, Carter, had taken a hit in the leg and couldn't move. Miller ordered me and Ryan to hold position while the rest of the squad flanked left. Then Carter screamed. Not loud at first, more like a panicked call for help. Ryan looked at me immediately. We both saw Carter bleeding hard. He was exposed. If nobody reached him, he wasn't making it. Ryan shouted,
"We can get him now!"
I looked at Miller. He shouted back through the radio, "Negative. Hold your line. Nobody moves until flank clears." Ryan looked furious. "He'll bleed out." I remember my hand gripping my rifle so hard my fingers hurt. I wanted to run. Every instinct said move. But training won. Orders won. I told Ryan, "Wait." Sergeant said hold. He stared at me like he didn't recognize me. Then Carter screamed again, and Ryan said,
"Damn it."
Before I could stop him, he ran. He reached Carter. For half a second, I thought maybe he'd make it. Then the sniper round hit, straight through his chest. The force dropped him instantly. He still tried to move. I saw him reach for Carter again, even while collapsing. Then another round hit the car beside him, and he stopped moving. I don't remember shouting, but apparently I did, because later 2 guys told me they heard me over the gunfire. The firefight lasted another 12 minutes. 12 minutes where Ryan's body stayed there, and I couldn't move because the order was still hold position. By the time we secured the area, Carter survived. Ryan didn't. I helped carry him back. His blood had soaked through my gloves. His eyes were open. That was the first time in my life I felt hatred inside uniform. Not toward the enemy, toward myself. At debrief, Sergeant Miller said Ryan disobeyed a direct order and exposed himself. Technically true. No one argued. No one blamed Miller openly. No one blamed me either. But I blamed myself enough for everyone. At Ryan's funeral, his mother hugged me and thanked me for serving with him. His fiancée asked if he was scared at the end. I lied and told her no. Then I gave her the ring. She cried so hard she nearly collapsed. After that, I changed. I still followed orders, but every command now passed through a second voice in my head asking, would Ryan still be alive if I ignored that? Months later, we were deployed again. Same unit, same sergeant. Nobody talked about the previous mission, but everyone felt it. Then came the night everything happened again. We were moving through ruined industrial ground after reports of enemy fighters hiding in abandoned storage buildings. Dark, rain, poor visibility. Our squad split into 2 sections. Halfway through the sweep, Mason, one of our youngest guys, only 21, triggered pressure fire from a hidden position. He got trapped behind metal debris. Shots came from 2 directions. He shouted that he couldn't move. Miller ordered everyone to stay behind cover until support arrived. The problem? Support was at least 7 minutes away. 7 minutes under active fire. Mason had no cover from the side angle. I could already see rounds hitting inches from him. Then I heard the same panic in his voice that Carter had that day. And suddenly, I wasn't in that factory anymore. I was back on that road. Ryan running. Ryan falling. Ryan dying while I obeyed. Miller repeated the order louder. Nobody moves. Mason screamed after a bullet tore through his shoulder. Something in me snapped. I didn't think. I ran. Miller shouted my name. I ignored him. Bullets tore sparks from metal around me. I reached Mason, dragged him behind a broken concrete support, and threw smoke from my vest. Another guy, Lopez, saw what I was doing and ran too. Together we pulled Mason back, meter by meter, until the others covered us. One round hit my leg armor hard enough to spin me sideways. Another clipped Lopez's arm, but we got Mason out alive. Support arrived minutes later. Enemy positions cleared. Mission completed. Back at base, Miller exploded. He dragged me into command and shouted that I endangered the squad, broke formation, and ignored direct command in live combat. He said if everyone acted emotionally, units collapse. He said discipline keeps men alive. And maybe he was right. But for once I answered him. I told him discipline also left Ryan dead while we watched. The room went silent. He stared at me for a long time. Then he said quietly, "You think I don't remember that day?" I didn't answer. He looked older suddenly. He told me he gave that order because intelligence reported secondary explosives near Carter. If multiple men rushed, more could have died. Ryan moved before the flank cleared. The sniper shot happened before anyone could cover him. Then he said something I didn't expect. I replay that day too. That hit harder than the shouting, because until then, I'd built him into someone cold enough not to care. But he did care. He just carried it differently. Still, I told him I'd do it again, because I couldn't watch another man die waiting for permission. I expected formal punishment. Instead, I got restricted duty for 2 weeks and a written reprimand. Nothing more. Later, Mason came to see me with his arm bandaged. He looked embarrassed. Then he said, "They told me if you waited, I'd probably be gone." That was the first night in months I slept without seeing Ryan fall immediately. Not fully, but less sharply. A week later, Miller called me privately. He handed me something. Ryan's old unit patch. Apparently, it had been found in stored gear after inventory mistakes. He said, "You should keep this." Then, after a pause, "You made the wrong decision once for the right reason, then the wrong decision again for the right reason. Sometimes command doesn't get clean answers." That stayed with me. Now some people in the unit think I was reckless. Some think I did what anyone should do. Some think my guilt made me dangerous. Maybe they're all right. But if I had obeyed again and Mason died in front of me, I know that would have broken whatever was left inside me. So AITA for disobeying my sergeant, because I couldn't let another friend die the same way.